Hello everyone, this is Sensei Gale and thank you for joining me today for our Shotokan karate class. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the movements that we've learned so far so that you can use this as a guide to help continue your skills in advancing throughout the rest of the semester. Let's get started, shall we? One of the things that we're learning right now in class is our knife hand block and how to do it going forwards and backwards. To start off, this is my right hand, and I'm pointing it forward in the front of my body in the middle. My left hand's going to go over the right side of my neck. I'm sliding across and tilting my body at the same time, minimizing the surface area that I have to get hit in potentially if my block misses, and maximizing the amount of length my arm can be extended. Not to overdo it, as then you cannot see your opponent anymore, but certainly not just staying like this, as then you do not get your hip in it, which helps propel this strength and make this a formidable block. So once again, hand forward, sliding. Don't just come across and stop here. Move. Let your hip do some activity so that you are rotating while you are blocking. Reset, reset, slide across, and you come to a halfway point where your arm is extended. The other arm is pulled back, yet still at your abdomen to block any potential second punch that might be coming at you. And you are at a minimized amount of contact zone because your body is tilted. Again, let's go over this a couple of times, a couple of different angles. Right hand forward, left hand on the neck, slide across, 1, point, neck, slide across, 2, point, neck, 3, ready, ready, 4, ready, ready, 5. Now in one motion, it's as such. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Build up to getting that quick. From this perspective, my right hand is forward in the middle of my body. You can find that out by putting your hands like this and see where that triangle lines up. My left hand's on my neck. I'm sliding my forearms across each other. Once my wrists contact, my hands switch positions. I'm still looking forward. My feet are still pointing forward. My arm is extended. My right hand's on my abdomen. I straighten up. My left hand is forward now. Right hand on the left side of my neck. Sliding, sliding into position. Reset. 1. Reset. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the position of the knife hand block from a stationary position. How to travel with it: if I'm going to begin, I'm stepping backwards. I'm going to point with my right hand, left hand over the neck. I'm sliding my foot back. And once again, everything starts and ends at the same time. No unnecessary movement in Shotokan karate. Right hand forward, left hand neck. You see my right foot comes in, and I'm beginning to move my right leg simultaneously while my left arm and my right arm are in their positions. So they have this beginning point and this ending point. That creates the most amount of tension, the most amount of power in your body, okay? From here, pay attention. My left foot is pointing forward at my 12. My right foot is pointing to my right at my 3. I'm creating a perpendicular 90-degree angle right here in between these two heels, unlike our front stance, which is typically like this. From this blocking position, I'm pointing forward, right hand over my neck. My left foot has to move slightly to pivot, and once again, falling into position. Point, left hand neck, coming forward, sliding into position. To go backwards, pointing with my left hand, right hand on my neck, my feet are together. I slide back. Point, neck, feet are put together, and back. To show you from behind, I'm going to start by coming back towards you. My right hand's forward, my left hand's on my neck, I'm coming back. Then I'm going to travel forward. Point, prepare, 1, point, 2, point, ha! To go backwards, point, ready, 1, 2, 3, ha! One of the other things that we did in class is showing how accurate and how useful it could be to deliver a spear strike following a knife hand block. If I'm pointing and I'm creating a knife hand block, a follow-up to this could be this. Now you might think, why would you hit somebody with your fingertips instead of your knuckles? Well, if you look at how much distance I have, here's where my knuckles end. If I were to do a punch, here's where my fingertips end. You have a little bit more reach. Now, definitely a solid punch with your top 2 knuckles are going to be harder than a spear attack. However, you can get, as I demonstrated in class, your spear attack to be quite useful by doing 5-finger, 4-finger, 3-finger, 2-finger push-ups. You could get that strength so that you can deliver this attack. You could slightly bend your fingers so that you're hitting with the brunt of 2 fingers instead of just 1, which usually your middle finger is the longest. You could kind of curve it so that you have that penetrating force. But realistically, this does give you more reach towards your opponent. So it does have some practicality, especially if you're going for softer locations. How do we do this going forward and back? Traveling backwards, my right hand's forward, my left hand's on my neck. I'm sliding into position. I'm going to come forward to you now. Ready? 1. Now, my stance goes from a back stance to a front stance. Now, this left hand goes to my neck. I'll prepare it with my right. I'm sliding forward. My feet are perpendicular with each other. Now I'm in a front stance again. With this hand, go to the neck. I'm going to travel backwards now. Traveling backwards. Once again, switching. Pairing, traveling backwards, switching. Okay? Let me do a behind the back shot. Pointing, neck, preparing. 1, 2. Prepare, point, slide forward 1, shift 2. Switch hands. 1, 2. Going backwards. Left hand over your neck. Right hand pointing. Slide back into position. Shift over. Prepare yourself. Slide back into position. Attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's definitely good and important to practice as much as you can and all of the movements as much as you can, because your idea going into a fight may be one thing and it quickly may turn into something else. You know, your opponent may have his or her own idea and it conflicts with yours, and you have to change midway through. You know, from a sparring position, you both may be the same foot forward, practicing with your other leg forward, though slightly unnatural. If you're left hand dominant or right hand dominant, the opposite side is going to feel a little off, but getting comfortable with it so that you could become a formidable attacker from both sides, a formidable defender from both sides, it's going to be useful. So practice as much as you can, but do it all in quality. Next up, one more technique that I want to go over is our rising block, going backwards and forwards, and what it means to rising block and a couple of the variations within it. To go backwards, for instance, my right hand's forward, my left hand's on my waist. I'm going to bring my wrists together. My blocking hand's going to be farther apart. I'm blocking. Point, wrist together, block. Point, wrist together, block. Now every time that you block, that hand then becomes a part of the preparation sequence for the next hand to block. But there is another way how to block. Hand up, together, together, block. This time, My hand is fiercely open. I'm blocking with the whole edge. It's a little bit longer of a reach, and my hand is ready to engage with somebody. This is one of the principles of Shotokan karate, is that the blocks that we have, even the knife hand block that we have, it's used in an open nature that is able to wrap around someone's wrist. This takes time, this takes practice, but with our rising block, you may, once again, block like this, fist closed, and then wrap around if you wish, if you have the opportunity, or just straight up. Coming forward, same thing. Hand open. The achievement is a little bit different, but still functional. So once again, let's go a little bit slower. Right hand up, back, point, block, point, block, point, block. Going backwards with closed fist this time, block, point, block, point, block. Okay? You may have your hand open, but you're going to have more speed and more power if the backhand is closed. Just pay attention that if it's closed, you have to make it go into an open position. If this is a little bit jarring, you could just, for now, focus on, okay, keep the fist closed the whole time. There's a reason why we have different training methods. Sometimes we'll train with just rising blocks the whole time. Sometimes we'll train with the pointing hand open and switching. Sometimes we'll train with the hand open, block. From here is the nature of the close. Here is the nature of the open. Sometimes, perhaps, a partial split between two hands opened at all times, one hand open and hand closed the opposite time, and so forth. Training in all of them, not only does it help you physically be able to do more with your body, but mentally, it's challenging you to follow a pattern, follow something that kind of contradicts itself. It's like when we do our kata, hand shodan, sometimes we'll do it opposites. You know, we'll begin going to the right instead of to the left. After many months, after many years of practicing it one way, you do it the other way, it's jarring. But karate is also about mentally stimulating yourself. Getting used to doing so many different things is very valuable for far more than just a physical workout. It's really harmonious between mind and body, and I hope that throughout the course of this 16 weeks, for the 13 or so that we have left, you really get a lot out of it. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Os! This is Sensei Gale signing out. I'll see you all next time. Bye.